It's another video from Ozzy's Robot. Brought to you by the Banana Collection.
Boopy doodly doo 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 doo. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's that time of the day, the greatest moment in Western civilization, toy time. Just think about it. Every child in the world, probably in history, had some form of toys, or a toy at least, to play with. It could have been a simple stick, but they had something. And today we're going to explore a mechanical piggy cook. But as always, before we get into it, kick back in your most cozy, comfortable chair. Maybe you're blessed with a Barco lounger that I still don't know what the hell it is. Or my favorite, the revolving stool. But whatever it is, if it's morning, grab that steaming cup of coffee or tea or whatever. Stir it, clank it, adjust it, get a snack now, focus and pay attention as we marvel at the mechanical piggy cook by Yonezawa. So we will start off with this rather plain box. Now, believe it or else, this was part of that haul of mechanical cooks from the, what was it? That was the Milestone auction. I was going to say Bertoy, but it was Milestone. Where for some reason those spaghetti cooks went for like obscene, ungodly amounts of money. And supposedly, allegedly, presumably there were restaurants bidding on them. It could be, but, I don't know if I believe that. But, I always thought it was more, I say popcorn. I thought maybe it was breakfast or steaks, but those were spaghetti guys. Now this guy says popcorn. So I didn't realize I had him, and he was buried in the pieces that I hadn't opened up to that point. So anyway, here he is now, mechanical piggy cook, kind of a plain box. And you want to know something? Probably the battery toy collectors are aware of this, but they actually reproduce the battery piggy cooks. Of all the toys to reproduce, you would think people go nuts for like the spooky trees. I can't tell you how many people love the spooky trees, the Marx cookie spooky trees. But for some reason, I'm assuming they had probably the dies. They reproduced the battery piggy cook. And they sold out, though. It's cool, but just kind of interesting that of all the battery toys in the world that you're going to do, you pick like a fairly common one. Anyway, this is the mechanical version, which means there is no battery to operate this. And here is the Yonezawa, by the way. Look at this. Item 10752-A. Remember, these toys put Japan back on the map when they were recovering from the horrors of WW2. So that's your cool box. And here is the cook. Now, again, with these toys, you want to make sure these hands aren't broken, chipped, missing altogether. I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to pick the camera up. But I feel like this grill part here, it almost reminds me of, who has this grill? Is it the Smoking Spaceman has something that looks like that? It's actually kind of dusty. Let's see if I can dust it off. That's a little better. Where have I seen this grill before? This grill is on a robot. You tell me in the comments if you know where. But anyway, here's your popcorn, by the way. So you want to make sure the hands are intact, and he has his condiment, which in this case, let's back out. In this case, it's salt. On the battery ones, there's actually like powder or whatever, granules in there that he shakes. And he's pretty nice. Got his clothes on. You can see his lithograph pants. Was this monkey with? Could be. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Sometimes when I see this, I look at the cardboard to see if the cardboard slots where the tabs are, if it looks like there's any change to that, I think maybe somebody along the way opened it up. But this one's hard to tell because it's very minimal. Here's the Yonezawa logo, and I guess he's got a, first I thought that was a spoon, but now I'm thinking it's another ancillary frying pan there. And his head is vinyl. Let's go back here. Let's back out. It's got a chef hat on. Imagine that. You had to be a chef to make popcorn. And that's why the popcorn was so freaking and delicious. Now, before I wind him up and show you, I'm going to tell you something. I saw my first movie in 6 years that I actually went to the movies and paid for. Because I don't like this woke Hollywood crap. I don't like these woke, stupid movies and changing and remakes. I just got tired of it. So I think the last movie I saw was the original Joker. And if you pay attention, you see that the sequel to the Joker was an absolute abomination, which I expect. Just like, the lame sequels of all the, Marvel went down the tubes, all this stuff. When they wokeify it. There's a great sage that said, everything woke turns to you-know-what. What movie do you think compelled me to go back to the theater and spend my hard-earned, $15, I think? It was the Led Zeppelin documentary. Because that's my band, my favorite band. And I loved it. I might do, if I do a live stream, I'm either going to make a recording, like just a regular live stream format, but just post it. Talking about the movie, because I absolutely really dug it. But you have to be a fan of Zeppelin and history and music, or if you're just a general fan of music, you would really enjoy that. And why am I bringing it up? I'll tell you real quick. Because we had a bucket of popcorn, just like old Piggy Cook here is making, and I made the tragic mistake of ordering a freaking pretzel that took forever. First thing, I think there was 24 minutes of commercials just for the movie to start. But this pretzel took like 10 minutes. And they were sitting in the front, but they had to get it from the back. And when I got to my seat and I started eating this thing, at first it didn't dawn on me. But it was slathered in, I think they used margarine, but it was the nastiest oil. I swear to God, it was like WD-40. It stunk on my hands for 2 days. I could barely eat it. Half of it was frozen, even though it took them 10 minutes. I mean, you could have just stuck it in the damn microwave. And thank God we didn't put any of that crap on the popcorn. So my advice to you, if you go to the movies, don't order anything other than plain popcorn with nothing on it. And even then, I'd be suspicious now. But it was the most grotesque, nasty, besides the fact that it was frozen. So that's my rant about going back to the movies. Thank God the movie was excellent, though. So by the time you see this, is it still going to be playing? Probably not. So anyway, after all that, let's wind this sucker up, see if he's even working, because that would be embarrassing after all that. Oh. Come on. Oh, so he's got a squeaker. No, come on. You got to give me more than that. I'm going to give him one more wine and see if I can get him on his own without my motivating him. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Well, guess he's old, When we get to be 60-something years old, we could all use a hand. I'm looking at this squeaker still works. Well, you get the idea. Ta-da. Anyway, that is your mechanical piggy cooked by Yonezawa. And you know what? I'm glad that this pig is not being a cannibal and cooking up some ham like on the battery toy versions. With that, let me know what you think. And if you like it, thumb up the video. And as always, please, if you haven't subscribed, which I think is like 92%, I think like 92% of my views are from non-subscribers. So what the hell are you waiting for? As always, I appreciate your time. I look forward to your comments. Enjoy the rest of the day. And with that, my friends, I will talk to you later.